Welcome to Granny Shifting. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And this is minute 53 of The Fast and the Furious.
Wow, 5-3.
Wow, the huge 5-3. 53%. This is something we just have to do every time.
No.
Okay.
That's it. That's the
last
time.
Last time.
All right. So we know who Ted is.
I mean, this minute we find out.
Right.
If we would have pre-watched the minute, we would know.
Last minute, Ted comes on the scene. The dairy farmer, but in the polo, no undershirt.
Mattress
salesman.
Could be a mattress salesman.
But, they're walking him in at gunpoint.
Yeah. So it's probably not going to go good from here. He doesn't look that concerned, though. I mean, he's eyeing up the gun a little bit.
What kind of car is that behind them?
That's an old Civic.
Why do the taillights look like there's only half of them there?
Where's the upper portion?
Yeah, maybe that's the modification.
But that doesn't look like a Honda emblem, does it?
No, it's almost like a Escort. Ford
I was going to say that's like
something.
a Ford.
Actually, looks like a BMW emblem.
But the Ford is round.
That could be the angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's definitely confident. He seems to carry some sort of strange confidence that he's not scared of them.
Right.
Because Snake Pants got a gun.
Lance Snake Pants.
Yeah, a gun right at his head. And Johnny Tran is like...
He's asking questions. Anything look wrong here, Ted? Someone look missing to you?
Pointing at the engine bay.
Right.
And he says no.
Ted. He's not faced. No.
Doesn't even look, though.
Yeah. He gave a quick peek. Oh, did you see him up and down Lance right there quick? Let me back it up
he looks him up and down.
Yeah. All right, let's back it up. Okay. So do you see anything wrong? Look, he's looking into the engine bay. Okay. So he is looking. I thought he was looking at the gun the first time, but he's looking at the engine bay.
Oh, okay.
No. He says no. Now watch this. In this right now, watch his eyes. Oh. He's like, wait, what's he doing?
He did glance
He's coming
down.
at me.
Maybe he's checking to see if he's pulling a gun up.
Or a knife.
Right. Because he comes at him hard. He
or like
brings
a katana
hand up.
sword.
Oh. Yeah.
Have this back.
They usually have the right.
It makes that noise.
Kill Bill style.
Yeah. Could be a Kill Bill style. But no, he grabs Ted's head.
Yeah.
Thrusts it into the engine bay.
Yeah.
Of this.
We got
Civic.
no engines, do we?
I thought it was a Civic, but he goes on to say that they don't have any engines and a couple of Nissan SR20s, which are...
Oh. Okay, interesting. So the Nissan SR20 is a 2.0 cylinder, 2.0 liter, 4-cylinder engine that Nissan had in the 90s.
Is it in the 240s?
It came in the 240s that were sold in Japan.
Oh, okay.
And this is a pretty well-known line in the 240 community. A couple of Nissan SR20 motors will pull a premium a week before race wars. I've heard that quoted many times. So, but the SR20 most people are talking about when they quote that would be the 240 rear-wheel drive.
So the 240 did not have a 2.4 liter.
In the U.S. it did.
Okay.
So, but it was actually a 180. Okay. So I got to get my 240 history here right. So there was a 180 SX in Japan.
Okay.
Which I believe was a CA18 DET, a turbo 1.8 liter.
Okay.
People don't usually swap them. Now, in the U.S. or in Japan, I guess it just went to... I guess it was just the Silvia. The Nissan Silvia is what they called them.
The 240s or the 180s?
The 240s in Japan, I think, were just called Silvias.
Okay.
I think. I might have that wrong. But they had a turbo SR20. The U.S., we got a 2.4. It was like the engine out of the little trucks. It's like a beefy little 4-cylinder truck engine.
Okay.
So, not that much power, but pretty, tough engine. But everybody would like to get these SR20s, swap them in. I mean, I had 2 cars with an S240s with SR20s in them. Shannon had a 240 with an SR20.
Did you put the SR20 in?
No, everyone I bought, it was already swapped in. Okay. The one I
was wondering how people
pulled out and built to make, you remember that ugly primer gray one? That one I built an SR24.
That was an S14.
That was an S14. But it's all the same there's a couple variations of it. But all that to say, I'm pretty sure we were looking at a front-wheel drive car.
Oh, yeah.
So the SR20...
I'm pretty sure it was a Civic, but maybe not. I could have been mistaken. But
well, the SR20 did come in the U.S. as a front-wheel drive engine. In the... What was the Nissan? I guess it was the...
200SX.
Yeah, but they called it like...
I mean, the Maxima was front-wheel drive.
Yeah, Maxima had a 6-cylinder.
Oh, right.
So it was... What was the four-door? It was a Sentra. This was a Sentra. Had the SR20, and in Mexico, they had a Nissan. I think it was like a Bluebird. They called it. I could be getting my facts wrong. Listeners, straighten me out. We'll shout you out if you're right and I'm wrong.
Is it that one that Brian drives later in the series? He drives this old-looking Nissan. I think it was a Nissan when they're like living in Brazil or I don't know where anymore. It's hard. I get them all mixed up.
But it's a turbo 4-cylinder, and it'd be an SR20. It's slightly different than the rear-wheel drive one. But Shannon, my wife, had a Sentra. Do you remember her black Sentra? And it had a turbo SR20 in it. Front-wheel drive.
I do not remember her Sentra.
Yeah, it was a fun little thing. It was actually really fast.
No, I'm thinking of you had a black. Oh, no, it was Ben. Ben had a black Nissan Sentra.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this would have been this would be like early 90s. So it could be that generation, and they might be looking for a front-wheel drive SR20. I don't think that's a 240, though.
Trying to look for Brian O'Connor's old Nissan. But I don't remember which movie it's in, so we'll have to...
So it's out when he's, like, running drugs, though.
It's like when he's...
Later years.
Yeah, Nissan. I think it's a Nissan. And we'll guess in Brazil.
We'll get to it in a few years.
Yeah, a few years we'll get to it. Anyways, so all that to say, they don't have motors. And apparently Ted was in charge of getting them motors and failed at it. Major fail. Ted doesn't respond.
Quiet. Sitting there quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm curious now, this Nissan Bluebird, so I'm looking it up. But it is. Look, it's just an ugly old Sentra.
No, the one I'm thinking of, I see, yeah. The one I'm thinking of is like old. It almost looks like the BMW front. I don't know. I have to try and find it. It could have been an old Toyota too. I don't know. The old Toyotas are pretty cool looking.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. But he is a Nissan guy.
I guess he is.
Yeah.
He always drove Nissans.
I mean,
or Fords.
He likes Skylines. Yeah, Lightnings. Okay. Oh, and he had an Evo. He had a couple Evos. Anyways.
I thought that was Sean.
Sean also had an Evo. But in Too Fast, Too Furious, Brian has an Evo.
And a Mitsubishi.
Right.
In this one. That's really his only car in this one so far, right?
Right. And the
Eclipse and the Ford. Oh, yeah. He's driving everything, man. You're saying later he sort of
has an affinity towards Nissans.
Nissans. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'll buy that. Wow. 23 seconds in. All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep moving here. So obviously Ted is dropping the ball.
These guys don't have their engines. You're a smart fence, Ted.
Yeah, a fence. Isn't a fence, that's like a term for someone who, I just realized when we were watching White Collar, if you haven't watched White Collar, it's a good show.
Okay.
A fence is somebody who gets stuff for you. Fence meaning.
Oh, so that's actually a really important descriptive word.
Yeah.
I'm seeing in this scene we're paused on here, the rocket booster is coming into the screen. Although, if you're watching on YouTube, our little picture of us is going to be blocking it. So hopefully here we'll see it.
Here, this is what we'll do.
You see it?
It's right here. I just moved the screen so everybody could see it.
All right.
I move that back into position.
What in the world is that thing?
A fence, also known as a receiver, mover, or moving man, is an individual who knowingly buys stolen goods in order to later resell them for profit. The fence acts as a middleman between thieves and the eventual buyers of the stolen goods.
That's very interesting. So now we know exactly what Ted is.
He's a fence.
He's a fence.
He steals and resells.
To the buyers.
No, he's the middleman between the people stealing and the buyers.
But we also heard...
Because the thief doesn't want to be known.
Right.
And the buyer doesn't want to be known. So the fence is the in between.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but we know Johnny Tran just accused him or made a statement about SR20s bringing a premium before race wars. So is he accusing him of being a fence? Meaning he's stealing from Johnny Tran and selling them to somebody else.
Oh.
Or he's stealing them and Johnny Tran is buying them.
I think the plan originally was for someone stole them. Ted was the fence for Johnny Tran to buy them, and Tran's like, maybe you're too smart, and maybe you offered these engines to somebody else for more money.
Okay.
And now I'm stuck without any SR20s that would run a premium right now.
Yeah, Ted's trying to make an extra buck.
So now Johnny Tran's talking about something else completely. He's talking about oil. 40 weight, 50 weight. What sounds good, Lance?
50 weight. It's not real common. But
yeah, neither is 40 weight.
Really? Everything's going to like 20 weight now, right?
It's like 020, 520, or 530.
But
like 1030 is even not like around. I mean,
1040.
A lot of European cars will run 5 or 1040.
Okay.
Diesels run 1540.
Okay.
Now the new cars, we had a couple new Fords. Got the new, and they run 5W50.
Oh.
But this movie, I mean.
So wait, is it like one number the viscosity when it's cold and one when it's warm?
Right.
And is it the higher the number?
The W doesn't stand for weight. It stands for winter. This is what I've been told.
Oh. And the higher the number, the looser or the
thicker?
Thicker.
I don't know.
I would
overall,
guess the lower number is thinner.
I was thinking you were saying before or after. The higher number is the thicker it is.
Okay.
Like 0W20 is super thin oil.
Okay. But why is the first number? Because oil's
I would assume that's like
cold.
0 is like summertime, winter 20. It's in the wintertime it's thicker.
The cold thickness of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what they're talking about. And
Sounds
people
right.
always they come in and they're like, well, I want to upgrade to 520 instead of 530. Like, that's not an upgrade. Like, you need to put in what your engine needs.
Right.
Like, they design it for a specific oil. So,
man. You got to check the little thing on the door.
Right?
Yeah. The tag.
The placard?
The placard.
I don't think it's on the placard.
Right next to your tire pressure.
Right. Okay. Lance says 40 weight sounds nice. We still don't know why they're talking about this. But again, Tran grabs Ted by the head.
Him to the ground. And Tran is not a big dude.
No.
And Ted's a big dude.
Yeah.
And they just start pumping oil in his mouth.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think oil has that strong of a taste.
It does. Have you never got oil in your mouth?
I feel like I have. I don't remember it being that bad.
I got oil in my mouth and coolant in my mouth. And it's like it's so hard to get rid of the taste.
Which one's better?
I would say coolant actually sticks around longer, but they're both very oily. They're both oil-based.
Oh. Is coolant sort of sweet but has this weird bitterish
I would
taste?
say I would say it just tastes bitter. It smells sweet, but just tastes gross.
And oil.
But this guy's getting waterboarded by oil.
Yeah, that's
this
pretty
would be
brutal.
Like he could die.
What would you say oil tastes like though?
Oil.
And which weight were you tasting?
I don't know, whatever dripped off of the engine into my mouth. I don't know.
It was dirty oil though? That could be different. This is supposed to be clean. Clean oil, not so bad. It's like Vaseline melted.
Now that you say that it is clean, it makes me think about how brown
dirty
it is.
It is really brown. Like it's on his face and thick.
Also, I'm looking at this car that Brian's hiding behind. And is it wrapped or what's going on here?
It looks lumpy.
And it's got this weird silver stuff, and it's even
window.
looks like it's on the window too. So I'm not sure.
Maybe it's the pattern of it. Oh, that is strange though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just pumping Ted's face, and it's getting in his ear. Oh, that would bother me.
Eyes. Oh, he's like spitting it and choking on it.
Acting this part out.
Yeah, maybe it's like chocolate syrup.
It still would be awful. There's nothing. If that was water, it would be. Ew. It's like all over his eyes. And Johnny Tran is like yelling, "Where are they? Where are they?"
Yeah.
Finally, Ted's had enough.
Yeah.
He gives it up.
They're in the warehouse. They're in the warehouse, man. Please stop. Please.
So you're thinking Tran hired Ted to get him engines, but it might be holding on to them so that he can charge more the week before Race Wars.
Right.
Maybe to somebody else, a higher bidder.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
That's what I think happened.
Yeah, because he knows where they're at.
Yeah.
Not that Ted stole them from them.
No. I think he just had them taken someplace, and he's like, well, Johnny Tran was going to give me $4,000 a motor, but Race Wars is next week. Maybe I could get $5,000 or $6,000 a motor from somebody else.
Who was in charge of casting this stuff, though? Like, that guy does not look the part of being a fence.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's a good fence.
Yeah, you're right. Bookkeeper.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of minute 53 of The Fast and the Furious. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember.
Winning's winning.
And also remember. Check out our YouTube.
Yeah, and leave us a 5-star review.
5-star review. And Instagram and Facebook. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.